Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and I'm here with Gaston Dornier. Gaston, thank you for joining me, man. What a season we had this year, 2023.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, CTV Sports, and thank you and Steve. An amazing season, amazing summer, and amazing sprint. Winter and sprint, sorry.
You got to get ready for the summer right here. Beautiful horse right here, Gaston, one of our top umpires. Thank you, my man. This guy, you can't do it without him. He's been fabulous here for the World Polo League and our spring season. I want to thank you for joining us this here on our spring season. And remember, we're getting ready for the summer season, July and August into September at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, AspenValleyPoloClub.com. We have the memorial, though, for you. And, of course, we have the World Polo League Pride, WPL Pride tournament going on this weekend. So thanks for joining us on CTV Sports as all the players are ready for their introduction. So, Steve Lane, take it away.
Thank you, Dale. Yeah, it's great to be here. And Gaston doing a good job on the microphone, too, Dale. We better be careful. We might be in the saddle and Gaston over here on the microphone. But right now, 9 checkers to go here around Robin this morning with 3 teams in the Memorial. And in the pink, Santa Rita with Melissa Gansey playing 1, Riley Gansey playing number 2, Freddie Mannix playing the 3, and Alejandro Novijo Estrada closing the back door. Playing for Fly Polo, Rebecca Cohen at number 1, Vinny Sangaline in that blue helmet playing number 2, Sugar Erskine playing 3, and Pablo Spinacci closing the back door. And we are going to play on the flat. Scores do carry over to tomorrow. We're looking to get the finals in tomorrow. So today, three chucker legs of polo, and then tomorrow we'll finish up with 3 legs, and that will end each team playing the other 2 for 6 periods of play.
You got a good matchups today here. I love this. 5 Polo and Santa Rita starting out. Like Gaston in the white and yellow. Yeah, Gaston did great, huh? But it's funny, you never get to recognize the umpires. The guys out there do such a great job. So it's good to be able to get a smiling face on there and get ready for a little vacay. And then you'll be seeing Gaston out in Aspen at the Aspen Valley Polo Club. But on the move, it's going to be Melly right out the back door.
Gansey winning that bull in and taking that ball towards the south end, followed up by Riley. Fly Polo in the white, Santa Rita in the pink, and Melissa Gansey on a roll right here, trying to get that ball back towards the center, which she does. A nice approach shot right down there in front of the goal, and imagine a deep neck shot. She might even stop and turn this ball back to the right, but no, she goes for the neck shot and just a little bit wide.
A good pickup here, though. Takes it right out of the bowl in as Santa Rita starting out like they like to, get out in front, get Melly pulling the team, and good combination here with Riley, Fred, and Alejandro. Keep an eye on them also. Fly Polo with Rebecca Cohen, of course, our polo school graduate. Vinny Sangaline, who's going to be playing in the World Polo League Pride also, Steve. So he's getting in a few extra chuckers here. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him during the WPL Pride. And remember, you go WPLPride.com to get your tickets for that. And, of course, playing with Sugar and Pablo.
Yeah, great team right here. And now Sugar's going to try and come in there and steal the ball, but Alejandro beats him to it, a shot along the ground, and Sugar Erskine with a near side back shot. And here comes Pablo Spinacci, and unable to get that play off. Alejandro does, though, and sends a pass up to Melissa Gansey. Melissa now on that nice black pony. And I love that pony. She always rides it in the first period of play, and boy, I wish we had horses like that in umpire back in our day.
Yeah, you always want to be on a comfortable one. And I find out from a lot of the pros, too, Steve, in some of our interviews we've done, they like to ride an easy one. And look at this, right inside, front. Riley Gansey will follow Melissa down the field, pick up the loose ball play, get the first goal of the day.
Yeah, Melissa leaving that ball for Riley and takes the man out. Riley Gansey coming on through and scores the first goal of 9 chuckers, first goal of the day.
So remember, our third team today will be Casablanca, and they're going to come in with Santos, Bellini, Grant Gansey, Double G, the ambassador of Casablanca, Nick Rodan, and Tito Gardenzi, back from the last time we saw Tito was beach polo.
Yeah,
so it'll be fun seeing Tito. Yeah, Tito played well down there.
He sure gets around, doesn't he?
Yeah, and what a success that's been. So if you miss that one again this year, get ready. Get your tickets early for the World Polo League, Beach Polo World Cup. Back to the center. We'll switch directions for everybody. Remember, we are doing a lot of Polo 101 and Polo 102, 3 and 4, because we've had a lot of new viewers that have tuned in to Polo. And remember, foot golf. We're getting ready for that, Steve. Man, I'm excited.
Yeah, big ordeal up in Orlando, Florida, and that's where CTV Sports has gone. And right now, Freddie Mannix has gone through the goal. So Santa Rita jumping out very quickly right here with a 2-goal lead in the first half of Chucker number 1.
Basic rules of the game, as we always talk about, field 300 yards long, 160 yards wide. And remember, they do switch directions. The one common factor that all polo players have is they got to play polo with the right hand. And as we said, only a couple different sports that you have to do that is actually field hockey and highlight. Those are the only other 2 sports you must play with the right hand. I did not realize that. I watched a lot of highlight back in the day. Dania highlight. I grew up in Miami. And I did not realize that you had to play with your right hand, but I guess you do. And so 3 sports right there. Well, the rules based on right-handed players, and when you got a 600-pound animal underneath you that can run 35 to 36 miles an hour, and the ball will travel 150 yards at 120 miles an hour. So, adrenaline-pumping sport for Chucker action is going to be Vinny.
Sangaline turning that ball around over to the corner to Sugar Erskine. And now, or is that Pablo? I believe that's Pablo. Pablo trying to get a pass up to Rebecca Cohen, and that ball just a long parallel with the sideboards. So now a pop fly up front, and Pablo picking the ball up once again. Pablo trying to get it over into the center. Look at Rebecca. She's right out front playing a good number 1 right there in that pink helmet. And Pablo doesn't quite get all of it. So that allows Alejandro to come in and pick up the loose ball. And Alejandro turning it back towards the center, trying to get around Vinny Sangaline, which he does. 2:02 on the clock right now, and Freddie Mannix picks it back up. Followed up by Riley Gansey, and Riley Gansey with a little pop fly right there up to Freddie Mannix on the bounce, and Mannix taking that ball towards the south end, and Mannix releases a neck shot, and that's going to make Sugar Erskine go back and play defense. Is that ball going to carry on through? No, it's going to be wide to the left-hand side.
Wow, Freddie Mannix, nice stroke right there. Santa Rita. Steve and I had an opportunity to spend a little time with Freddie here before the game. That was cool. Freddie came over there, Steve. It was fun to talk with him a little bit. Had a great World Polo League season this year with Team Audi, and fun to see him play in the spring. Getting ready to go back to Alberta, Canada.
Yeah, he actually gave me some insight of some building going on up in Ocala. And, of course, Kentucky and Ocala have always fought about who's the horse capital of the
Oh, come on, Wellington is, you know that. Santa Rita Polo Farm. Steve, what are you talking about?
Yeah, well, they're in the winter, but what about the rest of the year? And that's where, let's take Lexington out of the equation. But right now, the equation is Riley Gansey trying to get that ball downfield, and Riley still working it. Gets away from Spinacci. Alejandro goes up for a pass, and Riley Gansey not done yet. Riley still with the ball on her offside, and now there comes that long ball, and she's going to go after her own pass, and so is Vinny Sangaline. He's going to try and get the hook, and that opens it up for Alejandro to head towards. Alejandro going to drop it back to Melissa, and that creates a 3-on-2 situation, and now Vinny hits a cut shot over towards the far side, and Alejandro goes back to retrieve it. First horn's already gone, as you've heard. Alejandro with a near side back shot, near side being the left-hand side of the pony, offside being the right-hand side of the pony. And now Vinny picked up once again. Rebecca breaks downfield. Vinny hits a shot downfield. Is there enough time? Rebecca on the ball right here. Can she make contact? No, the horn is going to beat her to it, and that's going to end Chucker number 1.
Yeah, good run there, though. Rebecca out in front, just not enough time. So 2-0 after our first Chucker. We're going to a little commercial break here, and we'll be right back for our second Chucker play. This is the Memorial. We're live on CTV Sports. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I am Dale Schweppes with Steve Lane today. We're live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm for the 2023 Memorial, Steve. First chucker action, Santa Rita coming out strong, scoring 2 quick goals.
Yeah, they had the offense working that period of play, and Fly Polo just not getting the momentum so far, but they ended the period with a run towards the north end, and that ball out there in the center of the field, and that's where we'll start play for chucker number 2. Off the hand of Gaston Dorniak, our mounted official. So Fly Polo in their offensive end of the field, and chucker number 2 about to get underway.
Little Polo 101 coming to you today because, as I said, so many new viewers coming in. If you are a new viewer, let us know. Get on the app, get on the email, get on the Facebook conversation. Let us know. Because we always like bringing the Polo 101 to 105. We've extended the Polo School and the knowledge we can extend from before you guys on the mic. And remember, talking a little bit about that field out there, people don't realize it's as big as 9 football or soccer fields. And you look at it, Steve, you don't think that.
Well, I tell you what, with the runoff area, 10 yards on each sideline, and people may not know, but the horses are allowed to jump the boards. And over 30 yards over the back line, the end line, safety zone, that's part of the playing field, so it comes out to 9.4 acres.
Oh, right, it's 10 acres. Yeah, the whole with all the runoffs. So there you go. The board's about, 10 to 12 inches high. Like Steve said, the horses can jump those boards. So if you ever do come to a polo game, keep your head on a swivel and keep your pets and kids nearby. You never know when the ball might be happening. The players can play the ball on the field, Steve. It's a little different than some sports. You're allowed to be off the field and play the ball on the field. So you're not out of bounds. Only until the ball crosses either the sideline, the boards, or the end line. Goals are 24 feet, 8 yards apart. Basically, the name of the game is who scores the most goals, right?
Yeah. And the ball can be as high as it wants to be as long as it is on the inner surfaces of the goalpost.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that the ball can be hit as high, kind of similar to kicking a field goal in football.
Yeah,
same rules of 10. Cannot go over the post, but our posts are a bit wider, about 10 inches wide compared to a football post or soccer goal. And that's why we have our flag judges, goal judges, and they'll wave that flag high when the ball goes through the goal, and they'll wave it low when the ball goes wide, which we have the knock-in. After each knock-in, we go back to center for a bowl-in, face-off in hockey, bowl-in, and polo, and, of course, we do switch directions. At the moment, Fly Polo in control.
Fly Polo up there at the north end. Alejandro Novillo Estrada was working hard to get around those white jerseys, but now Vinny Singeline, he's got the ball headed for the goal, and not quite there, but goal judge waves it out of bounds and wide to the right. So
Vinny's going to warm up here. I get him warmed up. He's going to get ready to go. Just came in from Denver.
Yep.
Plays up at the Aspen Valley Polo Club in the summer.
And getting ready for Polo Pride this weekend. And Alejandro Novillo Estrada puts the ball back in play off the back line and hits a 145-yard shot right out to Melissa Ganzi. Melissa Ganzi on that gray pony. Checks down, lets the ball settle. Shot number 2 headed for goal, and the closest man back is Sugar Erskine, but he's 6 horse lengths back. And now Riley Ganzi coming into play as well. Sugar's going to take it forward on the near side. Melissa comes in there to interrupt things. And now, once again, that ball left for Melissa Ganzi. Melissa with the next shot. Sugar backs it out of the way and still on the field. And goal judge is signaling a safety.
Yeah, nice steal here by Melly. As Sugar tries to clear it on the left side of the pony, the near side. Melissa goes in there, steals the ball. Good D, though, by Sugar. Erskine blocking that ball, but hitting it over his own end line. And we haven't seen a safety today, but just like in the game of soccer where a defending team hits it over their own end line and you have a corner kick. Well, in polo, they bring it out 60 yards to the 60-yard line, and they give a free penalty shot. No further than 40 yards from the center because of the one approach, one hit. And it's going to be Estrada to do the honors here for Santa Rita.
Alejandro hits a line drive, but off to the right-hand side. It was powerful enough, high enough, but not straight enough. So, once again, Fly Polo bringing it in off the back line, and that'll be Pablo Spinacci doing honors. Pablo puts the ball back in play right up to Rebecca Cohen, and Rebecca still on that ball. Riley Ganzi's going to come in and put some pressure on it, but backed up by Vinny Sangaline. Vinny, and now Pablo. Pablo and Freddie Mannix coming together. Pablo Spinacci staying firmly in the seat of that pony, and Freddie Mannix taking it back across the other direction. Freddie Mannix out front. Looks downfield for Melissa Gansey. He's going to release the ball downfield. That pass falling quite a bit short. But now Sugar with a tail shot. He knows where Spinacci was. And Pablo. Pablo checking down. He's got Vinny Sangaline in his crosshairs. And now hits a shot downfield. Can he find Vinny? There is Cousin Vinny in that blue helmet. And Vinny Sangaline with a nice shot downfield to the corner. He's got no help or anybody to hit to, but he's going to hit a neck shot and try and do it himself. Offside, now the near side. Coming back to the offside. Enough room out front. Vinny Sangaline going towards goal. Rebecca Cohen right there as well. Vinny with a little tap shot right on through. So 3:22 on the clock. And we'll see if we have our courtesy horse change when we come back.
I told you, watch out when he gets warmed up. He's used to playing at that higher elevation in Denver. And then Aspen comes down here to southern Florida. Loves playing in the zero elevation. Sea level as we are down here. Also plays in beach polo, Vinny, and snow polo. Very active on the polo field all over the place, Sangaline. Amazing horseman. He loves to hunt. Whole family loves horses. Melly's on the move.
Melissa Gansey hits the ball out of the bowl in, but Vinny Sangaline rides off. Riley Gansey, and Riley comes up with a play, and now Riley headed for that north goal. Riley with a strong shot downfield. Vinny staying right there with her. Vinny neutralizing the play of Gansey, and a back shot right there by the Sugar Man. Right to Pablo Spinacci, and Pablo Spinacci waiting for a player to get downfield. He's going to bring it over to the left-hand side, where Sugar lets that pony stretch on out. Sugar going to check down, let the ball settle. Hoping to see white shirt down front. Rebecca Cohen in the center of the field. She's going to break over for that pass. Rebecca on the line and right away, and we'll explain the line of the ball as we go on. And Rebecca unable to get to it, but Alejandro picks it up. Alejandro has Melissa Gansey, and he fires a laser beam right down the field, and Melissa Gansey on that gray pony is going to drop right on it. Melissa Gansey taking her time getting to it. Look at Riley coming in behind her. Melissa checks down, lets the ball settle, gets a second shot, gets underneath it just a little bit, little help from the pony. 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock. A shot by Riley Gansey, but picked off right there by Sugar. And now Sugar with a shot downfield. Alejandro intercepts it on his near side. Alejandro with a back shot. Melissa Gansey's going to wheel and deal on that gray pony and try and get some offense going right now, right here. And she does. A little tap shot and right through the goal. So Melissa Gansey's first goal of the game, but the third goal for Santa Rita with 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, no, nice pass there by Alejandro Navija Estrada. Steve Lane talking about the right-of-way. The right-of-way is everything on the polo field, and it's very easy to understand. And once again, if you're new to the game of polo, remember the ball dictates the highway. So when you're driving down a highway, there's curves, there's straightaways. It's no different than on polo field, but the ball will dictate the direction of the highway, and you must not impede the other players that are following that ball. The player following the ball always has the right-of-way over a player meeting the ball from left to right or directly on it, right hand to right hand. So Melly here in the last 30 seconds might get one more run, Steve. They come out. Riley's going to get one. Bounces off the pony here. Sangaline gets in the middle. Alejandro left in there for Pablo. He's got Sugar Man going forward right here with about, I think about 20 seconds. 10 seconds, 15 on the clock. Sugar, off to the left side. Leans way out of the saddle. Cleaned up nicely by Mannix. And here comes your second horn as Rebecca gets a piece of it, Steve, and puts it back. But that'll end our second chucker play. So when we return for our third chucker, we will start with a bowling right there about the 100-yard line. So a little bit of an advantage for Fly Polo in the white jerseys. Thank you for watching CTV Sports. We'll be back after the commercial break. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Steve Lane, and we are here at the Buenos Aires field at the beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm in Wellington, Florida. So we are ready to go. All 8 players back on the pitch.
Remember, Steve, we'll have a little breakdown between. We have 9 chuckers first, so we'll have a little breakdown of each leg. And also, man, remember, our first leg stats will be coming out after this chucker. So keep an eye out for that. And then remember, the winner will sit, and the runner-up will keep going against Casablanca. But here we go, third chucker action, 3-1. And we got a tight match here in our first leg.
Santa Rita winning another bowl in, and now it is Fly Polo. And that's the Sugar Man on the move right here. Headed for the north end. Alejandro Navijo Estrada comes in and hooks him on the play, which is a legal play. You can hook an opponent's mallet as long as you're on the same side that they are swinging on, whether it be the offside or the near side. And Riley Gansey trying to get a pass downfield to Melissa Gansey, and Riley Gansey's going to break out in front of Pablo Spinacci, and she gets that done. Melissa says, go ahead, I'll back you up, and Riley still on the ball right now, and that ball pops up. Little help from the pony, but not enough to give her back the line. And, yes, she does come back. Pablo's got no play. Riley Gansey headed for the south goal and hits it just wide. So Santa Rita on an offensive attack right there on this drive.
Yeah, keeping it going. They've been doing that for the last 3 chuckers, moving it well. Freddie and Alejandro using the 2 Gansey girls out in front to pull the team. See if Fly Polo can get it going here, because Vinny has been tuned up and Rebecca's been in good position. But these are the big balls that have been helping right here. These huge shots, long shots by Mannix and Alejandro. It's going to give Melly time to work this one around the far left side. Melly now taking her time. No need to rush. Well done for Riley here. Gansey taking Vinny out of the way. The give and go from Melissa for Alejandro, but broken up perfectly by Sugar. He'll leave it behind. Here's Pablo.
Spinacci sends it back up front. Alejandro going to come together with Sugar, and that's going to leave Rebecca Cohen out in the center, not making contact with the ball, but Freddie Mannix does. Freddie Mannix following things up. Alejandro intercepts that loose ball, and now Alejandro on the far side. Alejandro has Melissa well downfield. He fires a shot downfield, but that pass just a little bit short of Melissa, but Riley's going to pick it up, and Riley getting a piece of the ball. Riley, shot number 2. Off to the right-hand side, but she's able to get back to it. And now a neck shot over towards goal. Can she keep it on the field? A difficult neck shot coming right there, but across the field and wide to the left-hand side. So another knock-in coming for Fly Polo as time ticks down here in the third and final period of our first leg. Umpire calls play with 4 minutes left on the clock. Rebecca.
Hey, Steve.
Unable to make contact.
What happens if you hit the ball before the umpire says play?
Then it's a penalty 4.
It is a penalty 4.
Yes, it is.
So on a knock-in, if you go to take the knock-in and the umpire yells play, and then you're allowed to hit the ball afterwards. But if you hit it before, it goes to another other opposing team for a penalty 4.
Penalty 4, correct.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a
and should
big play.
should that happen on a penalty shot, then the other team gets the ball from where the penalty shot would have taken place.
So if it was on a penalty 5 from the spot or center, then they would get the ball from that spot going the opposite direction.
That's correct.
Right, and I guess that's very important because it could be dangerous if you hit the ball before the umpire says play.
Well, one of our former executive directors lost an eye because, and actually it was a player that was working for him, but he hit the knock-in before the umpire said play, and the player turned around and, bam, caught a ball right in the eye and lost his right eye.
Very interesting. Big ball here by Estrada. Melissa's out in front. Freddie's going to take Sugar out. That's going to give Melly time on a beautiful bay pony right here, Melissa. Nice pickup, Melly. Back to the center, keeping it out in front of Sugar. They're all going to fall in line here. And this is where Melissa's been deadly, inside the 60. And we've been calling her one-time Melly. She's been firing from like the 40, 50 and putting them away. And there you go, the high flag.
And another drive by Melissa Gansey and a straight shot right at the end, right through the goalpost. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we'll see if anybody needs a courtesy change. And, of course, Grand Champions Polo Club initiating the courtesy change. And it looks like everybody's happy and going to stay on their ponies. So, a nice, easy game going on here for the 2023 Memorial. And what an appropriate cup we've got going on this weekend for Memorial Day weekend.
Perfect. Especially with the World Polo League Pride going on. Remember, if you are in the area, please, WPLPride.com. Get your tickets. And it's always a lot of fun. And that's the way we end our spring season. And then those four-legged athletes and all of the two-legged athletes that work with those beautiful polo ponies will be headed to the Aspen Valley Polo Club. So get ready for that. As it looks like Sugar now with an opportunity down by 3.
Sugar taking it towards the south end, backed up by Spinacci. Spinacci decides to take it himself. Sugar was a little bit wide to the line, and now Freddie Maddox coming into the mix as well. But Spinacci has to hurry up and get there before that ball goes over the end line, unable to do so. So Santa Rita is going to be taking one of its few knock-ins here in this third period.
Yeah, that's a nice run here.
1:10
They've
left on
had
the clock.
opportunities here, Steve. The fly polo. They've worked it down. Vinny, only successful goal, but they've had opportunities. And here's another great ball here by Estrada, and he's got Melly by herself.
Gansey's waiting right out front, and Alejandro had her in his sights. And Melissa, with a man on her hip, still taking that ball towards the goal. And now Freddie Mannix comes in on the near side. He says, thank you, Melissa, and that just shows you the confidence that Alejandro and Freddie Mannix have in Riley Gansey and Melissa Gansey. Now Riley Gansey taking it towards goal, hooked out of there by Vinny, and now Pablo Spinacci. The first horn is gone. We're in the 30-second overtime portion of the period. Should a goal be scored in the 30 seconds, that will end the third and final chukker of the first leg of polo. But right now, Vinny Sangaline being chased by Riley Gansey with a score of 4-1 right here for Santa Rita, the team in the pink shirts. And Vinny Sangaline leaves that ball on the field, but Pablo comes in from behind. Pablo couldn't quite take it, and now here is Alejandro. He's going to finish things up, and that's going to end our first leg, Santa Rita against Fly Polo, and Santa Rita edging out Fly Polo by a score of 4-1. And Dale, any last words here?
Thank you, Steve, as we do our breakdown here. I hope you enjoyed our first leg here. Remember, we have 9 chukkers, so we're going to prepare for our second. Pretty simple breakdown here for the first 3 chukkers. Santa Rita using Melissa and Riley out in front, and they did a great job. Melissa scored 2 goals, Riley picking up 1, and then Freddie actually probably approach shot for the ladies pulling the team actually rolled in. So good scoring here, 4 goals and 3 chukkers. That means your offensive attack's working. Fly Polo will stay up now. Santa Rita will take a break. We'll have Casablanca. No, they're going to keep it going. Santa Rita's going to stay up. We will have Casablanca. And now enjoy our first leg stats. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane. This afternoon, we're live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm. We want to welcome everybody to our memorial. It's going to be a 2-day tournament, and then we have our World Polo League Pride going on also. You can check all that out. Remember, get your ticket, WPLPride.com. We're at Casablanca, Steve Lane. You want to go through the players for our second leg here? They're going to play a straight 6, and Santa Rita's going to stay up. So here we go.
Yeah, we've got Casablanca in the dark shirts and Santos Bellini taking place of Mark Ganzi. Playing the number 1 is Santos, and number 2, Grant Ganzi. Number 3, Nick Roldan, and the World Traveler playing number 4, Tito Guadenzi. So
yeah, Tito been all over the place.
Yeah.
He's coming off a beach polo world.
He's got more frequent flyer miles than a pilot.
He got a World Polo League Beach Polo World Cup. What a success that was once again down in Miami Beach. Very competitive and amazing. Just the surface. Just do a great job from A to Z. From A to Z, Steve. Fabulous time. Great, amazing 4 days. Just incredible polo. Can't get a better venue than that. Right on the beaches in Miami Beach.
Just a big event and planned well ahead of time, and the players look forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, all of it just so good, so much fun, and the weather was spectacular this year. As we do live in the tropics, so you never know. Beautiful day today, though, for the memorial. Just like Gaston Dorniak, we got him on a bay pony now. He rode the gray and the first 3 chuckers. Gaston, we're ready to go whenever you are. So we'll get all of our players ready to go, and we'll start it off. I like this Casablanca team. They got to watch out for these guys. Santos and Grant, double G. Grant being the ambassador, play a lot of polo together. Tato Bellini played a tremendous amount of polo this season, Steve. You know, you watched a lot of it. Yannick Frank was in town. We were on the mic, but you got to see and overlook all the umpiring, and he was playing in the 6, the 8, the 12. I mean, I think he played in almost every league, a little bit of the World Polo League, too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's why sometimes it pays just to be a substitute. You might get more polo in than...
He was playing in everything and won some cups, too, so congratulations. I got to talk to Santos the other day. I thought his polo went to another level. Double G, of course, Casablanca, World Polo League. Fabulous season they had. Grant Ganzi, again, going to another level. Love watching the young juniors grow, Steve. We see a lot of that here on CTV Sports, as working with the PTF, Pole Training Foundation. And I think 3 or 4, did we do events this year?
Yeah, 3 or 4. And a lot of young polo players.
Oh, man, they are loving it. They are loving it. They love also being on CTV Sports. I think it helps their polo. I think they grow quicker. And look at it. We got them all lined up here. So here you go. This is our second leg of the 2023 Memorial, and away we go.
So umpire Dorniak throws the ball back into the players, and Melissa Ganzi and Santa Rita winning another bowl in. And Melissa lets the player clear and puts the ball up to Alejandro, and Alejandro wisely puts the ball from the near side to the offside with a shot downfield looking for Freddie Mannix, but that pass off to the right-hand side allows Grant Ganzi to come in and pick up the ball. And now Granty sending a shot downfield, but nobody home there for Casablanca, and Alejandro with an open, which means away from the pony. Offside back shot, and Grant Ganzi turns it across the field, and that's going to allow Freddie Mannix to pick up that loose ball. Headed for the south goal. Is he going to shoot? He is going to shoot, and that ball headed for the goal post and just off to the right-hand side.
Yeah, nice attempt here. Coming across the field. Got to go with the cut shot. Hits to the far post. Like the thought process. A little bit off to the right. They'll go ahead and line that ball up. Easy put it out about 10 yards from the post. 8 to 10 yards. If the ball, well, I guess, Steve, if it passes the post directly. But look at this. Out on the far side. Tito's going to go flying through. Almost gets the breakaway on the big bay. He turns it around, Alejandro. And he'll control now for Santa Rita. Nice laser right here from Alejandro to Melly. Melly on the move, on the turn. Nice turn, gets out in front. This should be a slam dunk and the high flag. And we've seen this happen time and time again, Steve Lane. That's the way the Santa Rita roll.
Well, Alejandro hitting a nice pass right to where Melissa could get on it. And, of course, and then she only needed one shot to put it on through. So a great approach shot there from Alejandro, playing the number 4, bypassing the other 6 players, and a goal on the board here in the first period of our second leg in the 2023 Memorial.
Yeah, Melly warmed up here. She scored the second, third, and now her fourth chucker. And that's what you got to watch out for. So 4:30 on the clock. And Tito, well done. He's going to win that one from Alejandro. That's going to give Roldan an opportunity. Nicky looking for the big balls. He had Tato out in front. Gets underneath it a little bit too much. Gordenzi will get in there. Nick gets back on it somehow on the gray pony. Now far on the far right side. Deep neck shot back to Bellini. And that's the long way home, but he's home.
Yeah, Nick finishing it off. I'm not sure if he's shooting a goal or what, but
nice pass. Nice pass and finish.
4 minutes on the clock, but a nice pass right there from Nick Roldan and putting it on through. I'm not sure if Tato had to touch that or not, but
he takes that to the far right side, Nick. He didn't have much room to work. It looked like everybody was trying to get him moving down the center. Then Nick said, all right, I'll take it, but he went the long way, took it into the coffin corner, and then the deep neck shot. Looked like a pass to Tato, but the best goals are the passes, I believe. And those approach shots, we've seen so many. World Polo League this year, let's talk about it. 27 to 31 goals scored. 31 the most, I believe, in one game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of goals scored with 3:36 on the clock, and we hope to see a lot of goals scored here in these 9 periods of play. So a couple of the Casablanca players choosing to jump on a fresh pony. And for anybody new to polo, we do this in every tournament, every chukker. Courtesy horse change for the safety of the ponies and the players. And it also gives the players a little chance for a chat to set up some team plays.
Yeah, and it gives our fans time to get themselves a snack or a bite to eat.
Or today, a cold, refreshing drink.
All right, there you go. So we've enjoyed it. And once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for getting involved in the CTV Sports app. Doing amazing. Had the opportunity to talk to our executive producer, Mike Ferrer. Very happy. And a big shout out to all our photographers and everybody here in the CTV Sports family. Steve, we are a family. We all work very close together. And what a season we had. Over 130, I think, broadcasts this year based on the polo. And growing every day. So thank you. Without you, it doesn't grow. So we appreciate that. And all we ask you is tell a friend. It's always cool to bring a friend into polo and all of the new sports that we're involved in. CTV Sports. Here we go. Everybody back. It looked like we had a little change there. Tito Gardner playing here. He hadn't been back a little bit. So he's the last one in. And here we go.
Riley Gansey trying to get that ball out of harm's way, and what she does, she's got the ball on the offside, taking it towards the south goal, and Riley out front, and Brother Grant's going to go back and put a little pressure on her. Grant in that pink helmet, and Riley with a shot on goal, and that ball is going to carry right on through, so about a 140-yard run right there for Riley and Santa Rita.
Yeah, I can't say enough about it. I think Riley's been playing an amazing spring season. And has just raised her level every moment she's been on the field. So congratulations to that. She hasn't played a grass polo since the 2022 U.S. Open. So good comeback.
Yeah, it doesn't show, that's for sure. But that's her second goal of the day. Melissa
she's been
with
on,
3.
huh?
Yeah. No, she's not afraid to ride either, I tell you that.
Playing well, man. I'm telling you, the horse is going good underneath her, too. She's a great horsewoman.
So, Freddie Mannix with a near side back shot. Melissa right out there where a good number 1 is, and she gets that black pony on the offside. So Melissa still on the line and the right away and carrying it off to the left-hand side. Got to come back to center, which she does with a nice long shot. That ball is looking like it is going to score. So what a cut shot. Even the umpire just said, what a goal.
Come on. Que golazo, Melly. That's the way you shoot, girl. That's not an easy goal, trust me. You go out there and try to shoot that ball 20 times. That's an awesome run by Melissa. Great little bay pony here, nice and easy. Throw your arm through the goal. What a shot, what a goal by Melissa Gansey. You come back to center here. Beautiful clouds in the sky today, Steve. I mean, we've been in the studio, CTV studio, of course, all week and most of the month, and it's great to be back out on the field.
It certainly is. Here to live action, looking at it eye to eye. And right now, Melissa Gansey has her eye on the ball with a pass up to Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix able to get the ball on the offside. Grant Gansey riding Mannix off, and he gets an offside back shot. Nick Roldan able to pick it back up and take it back towards center. Alejandro's going to go back. So is Santos. He's going to head for the offensive position. Playing number 1, Santos Bellini. Almost didn't see him with that camouflaged helmet, but Alejandro's going to ride him off. Take the ball around on the near side, and hopefully that's not a mistake. He's able to get back to it. Tops that ball just a little bit. Santos can't quite make contact, but Tito comes in. A little help from Tito's pony, and now here is Tato on the near side. Nick Roldan is going to finish things off, but leaves it right there on the doorstep. And Santos is going to finish it off with a little tap right on through.
Well, it took a team effort, I got to tell you, Steve. But a goal's a goal. But Casablanca, everybody working hard there. Alejandro taking on the whole team. He had at least 3 out of 4 of the players. Tato and Tito working well together. Nick gets in the mix, and that helps out. But a good team effort there, and the last second goal there for Casablanca. That'll make it 3-2 after our first chucker. Good second leg we have here, so stay with us. 2 more chuckers here in our second leg. Casablanca, Santa Rita. We're live on CTV. Welcome back, everybody. CTV Sports, Dale Schwetz, Steve Lane, live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm, Casablanca. On their first leg, Santos Bellini and Grant Gansey playing the 1 and 2. Nick Rodan the 3. Tito Gordenzi playing the 4. And 2 goals in their first chucker. Well done, the boys coming together here. But Santa Rita with Melissa Gansey, Riley Gansey playing the 1 and 2. Frederick Mannix playing the 3. Alejandro Michado wearing the 4. They won their first leg over Fly Polo. And this has been a good middle section. Second leg of our 9 chuckers. Gaston Dorniak in the saddle in the yellow and white today. And remember, join us this week for Pride. We're going to have a celebrity guest announcer. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm going to keep it on the DL.
Yeah, we're going to keep that quiet. Going to be a
I'm
surprise.
surprised they even told me, because I said I talk for a living, so why you tell me things like that? Don't tell me things like that. It's hard to keep it in sometimes, but we're gonna surprise you, and we will. And join us for that. If you're in town, please come out. It is so much fun. But this is the memorial also, as we're doing a doubleheader for our final weekend of polo. We're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it should be an amazing time. So you can go to WPL Polo or Pride, WPLPride.com. Here we go.
Big event, and that's going to be Saturday and Sunday at 11 o'clock each day as Santos Bellini hits a back shot and stabbed out of the air by Freddie Mannix and then puts it right on through with a one-time shot. And that, Dale, that is a high goal play.
Oh, boy, Freddie, boy, we were talking before the game's hitting the ball so clean. And that is just a clean swing, smooth swing, perfectly hit ball, about 130 miles an hour, that one. That ball went flying across the field. What a goal right there by Mannix. Second of the day, first of the second leg.
Yeah, Freddie Mannix in less than a minute of this period, and now Santos Bellini gets the ball on the near side, and he's trying to do exactly what Freddie just did, but Freddie, he's going to pick up the ball and take it to the far side, and now with a next shot downfield for Riley Gansey, and Riley can't quite get to it, and Grant Gansey's going to turn it around, and that shot went a little bit too far. So now Grant Gansey, double G, puts a next shot down along the ground up to Tito. Tito sees Tato out front. Tato on that gray pony. Lets that pony stretch on out, and Tato taking the ball. Alejandro has to come flying back in order to play some defense, and he breaks things up, and now Freddie Mannix can turn that ball around in front of goal. He hands it off back to Alejandro, who was facing the opposite direction and in the correct direction, and now Alejandro with a shot over towards center, where Riley Gansey is, and so is Nick Roldan. Nick Roldan working the ball on the near side, and now with the next shot along the ground, back up to, bad luck there. Kicked by a pony, didn't allow Tato to get back to it. Alejandro coming in there, Grant Gansey as well. Grant Gansey allows Alejandro to clear and sends the ball towards goal, and the ball going towards the left-hand side and out of bounds. So, a rare knock-in coming here for Santa Rita.
I like the shooting. I like Casablanca shooting here. You know, they 4:10 on the clock. They need the goals right here. Remember, 3 goals. Talk about it all the time. These are round robins. It's only three chuckers against the team. So I like the thought process here. Casablanca down by a couple, trying to spread out, maybe spread the Santa Rita team out. They've been playing so well together. Loose ball play, picked up by Freddie.
Mannix with an open back shot, a 7-goal player, putting it over to a 7-goal player. And, Dale, we got to explain the handicaps at some point in time here. But right now, Alejandro Novillo Estrada sees Melissa over in the center, and he's going to put that ball over in the center, which allows Melissa to come back to it. And Melissa with the right away right now out front, driving the ball towards goal. That's one shot, a great approach shot right now. And Melissa is going to finish things off with her 5th goal of the day.
Yeah, the follow-through is everything. If you want to learn the game, you're a new novice player, any player, watch the follow-through. Melissa's follow-through is pretty much perfect all the time. Steve and I talked about it, like shooting a bow and arrow, but her follow-through is so perfect that she throws the ball 9 times out of 10, and, it's got to go exactly where your follow-through is when you play polo. And you can ask any of the big players, School member Gracita there. But a nice goal by Gansey. She gets out in front, and that'll give them a 3-goal lead. And, yeah, well, they start out at a -2, which is a lot of people go, what? But they work you up -1. Then you go to an A-rated, which is a 0 A-rated player, and then you work yourself 1 through 10. And correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I believe 80% of the people that pay for a handicap are 2 goals or less.
That's correct. 82%
is that right? 82%?
is what it used to be.
Okay.
And
so that means that if your 3 goals are up, you're in the upper 20%.
That's correct.
And it's a very competitive rating system.
Yeah, and the idea is to play as well as you can, but to be as low rated as you can. In other words, a ringer.
And for everybody's looking for a ringer, you always want to play a goal or 2 above your handicap. Horses become a big difference. And all the players will tell you that, especially this guy right here, Grant Gansey, the ambassador of Casablanca. He's going to get an opportunity here. Overrides, turns around, held in here, controlled by Mannix. Nice ride-off by Tito. Takes him off the ball, but Mannix, well composed, going to stay there. Tito's going to get the line here, and that's going to give it up to Nick. Nick's going to run the turn, and well done, Roldan. Now the approach shot. This might be a shot on goal, but a good read here by Estrada. Alejandro on the doorstep, and it just goes just out of bounds, and we'll have another knock-in.
Yeah, Santa Rita put the ball back in play. So, Casablanca attacking with 2:05 on the clock right now as Alejandro brings a long knock-in downfield, but nobody there but Tito. Tito with a back shot off a Roldan's pony, and he's able to get back around. Riley Gansey comes on through, hooked out of there by Roldan, and now Nick Roldan puts the ball downfield. Alejandro in there as well with a tail shot right back over to Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix looks downfield before he even goes to the ball. And Nick Roldan playing back as well. Tito, he's going to turn and go back the other way for an offensive play. Nick Roldan releases the ball. Now Freddie Mannix and Alejandro. Alejandro calls off Mannix. Alejandro sets up for the big hit. Back over towards the center where Riley Gansey is headed in that direction. And Riley on the ball. Nick Roldan has no play on this first play. Riley slows down, dribbles the ball forward. Another tap shot. Riley with a full swing. Getting away from Nick. Just a horse length out front. Riley Gansey tops that ball just a little bit. And Nick Roldan picking it back up. Freddie Mannix coming in there as well. Unable to get a play. We've got 1 minute left here in the second chukker, second leg. Nick Roldan right now just working the ball downfield. He's got 2 dark jerseys out front and only 1 pink. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Tito coming on through, but Alejandro is going to come over there and play the ball on the near side and break things up for Casablanca. Alejandro still on the ball right now on the near side. He comes back and picks off, and we've got a whistle right there on the play, so I believe we will have a penalty 5A, which is from the point of the infraction in favor of Casablanca.
Yeah, what a pickup here by Estrada, though. I mean, yeah, you got to go for that one if you're Alejandro. You might get away with it. Nicky turning up quick, though. So getting the right of way there. And remember about the highway. We talked about the highway today. It changes directions quickly on the field. It's called a quick line change. Roldan reading that one perfectly. But you got to go for that one if you're Alejandro.
Yep. So
because if Nicky doesn't get around quick enough, he's off to the races with Melissa and Riley on the breakaway. So here's Nick on the 5A.
A one-time shot, and we had 35 seconds on the clock. So that horn is coming right now, and Alejandro picks off Roldan's shot. Working down there is Tato on that gray pony, and now Alejandro, he comes up with the ball. Alejandro on the far side, going to check down, let that ball settle so he can get back to the offside of his pony. Now the near side, trying to take it forward and gain a little bit of yardage here to start out the third period, right here at the end of the second period. So Grant Gansey unable to get a hold of it. Freddie Mannix coming on through. He's a long ball hitter, and he sends the ball back up front. And that ball is still on the field, I do believe, when the second horn went. So we'll start with a bowl in down there, ending checker number 2. Santa Rita out front with a score of 5-2. Stay with us here for the third and final checker of our second leg here in the 2023 Memorial Cup.
Third chucker action here in our second leg. Welcome back. Casablanca in the dark jersey, Santa Rita in the pink jerseys today. And Fly Polo preparing. I just saw a few of the players riding around the field. I like to do that during a round robin, Steve. If I lose the first part, I usually, and you're watching the second part, you want me to win the first part, and then you're get ready for that final leg. Maybe get up a chucker before just to warm up the body and get ready to go.
Yeah, you can get stove up or stiffened up a little bit after playing 3 chuckers and then sitting down, relaxing. But anyhow, and that ball was on the field when the second horn sounded. So we will have a bowl in to start the 3rd chucker here of the second leg. From the center to the boards, and as we mentioned, handicaps of players -2 to 10, 10 being the best, and only a handful of 10-goal players in the world today, but we had 6 of them here for the World Polo League's action here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So umpire Dorniak in the yellow, Santa Rita in the pink with Melissa Ganzi, Riley Ganzi, Fred Mannix, and Alejandro Novijo Estrada. Playing against Casablanca in the dark shirts with Santos Bellini playing 1, Grant Ganzi playing number 2, Nick Roldan playing 3, and Tito Guadenzi playing the number 4. So umpire Dorniak has them all lined up. He puts the ball back in play, and Santa Rita going to win another bowl in, and Alejandro puts a little flip shot towards the goal, but it's picked off by Grant Ganzi. Grant Ganzi on a flyer right now, and Grant Ganzi picking up his own shot. Freddie Mannix coming back with him as well. Freddie Mannix can't quite get the hook on that play, and Ganzi brings it over to the left-hand side. Ganzi going to check down now. Slow things up, a little flip shot back. Allows Freddie Mannix to clear, which he does properly. And now Ganzi with a line drive across the face of the goal. And will that ball stay on the field? And so far, it's over the back line.
I like it. I like that move by Grant Ganzi. I thought he was going in a little hot, but he had it figured out. He went in hot, made that little back shot, and that took Mannix out of the play. And as you said, Steve, he needed to give them one play. So great setup there. And then I like the focus on releasing early on the shot to Tato, just off to the side. He's going to gain ground here, and it's going to be Fred and Grant to get it. Fred's going to win this little battle. Back and forth. Mannix. Tito jumps right in there. Good work here by Casa. Well done, Grant. Slowing down Mannix. Now Tito working it into the 60. Goes to the near side. Fred's going to fall into the rumble seat here. Just wait for a loose ball play, and he does it well and picks it up. He's got near side, but Ganzi not giving him much room to work. Over on the far side, on the near side 3 times in a row, Fred Mannix. Now, a little help from Tato, Santos Bellini, Alejandro on the loose ball. He's got ladies out in front. This could be trouble. Riley out about 2 lengths. Fred's going to push Santos wide. Shot on goal and the high flag, and that's power polo.
That is, and Alejandro and Fred Mannix working the defensive end very well. And 4:30 on the clock right now as they come back to center, but Riley Ganzi finishing things off with her and Melissa staying out front in the offensive positions, and those boys in the back feeding the girls in the front.
No, just good passing, and you got to finish. Get ready for fly polo. Sugar Erskine warming up here. We see him flying around now. But, yeah, they've done a great job moving the ball. They moved the ball, and as you said, the ball goes faster than the horses, Steve. So if you can spread people out, but you must be consistent on their shooting. The ladies have done a good job today.
They have, and Tito trying to do a good job as well. Alejandro breaks things up on the defensive end, and now Freddie Mannix sending a ball well down front, but Grant Ganzi's going to jump on it. And that ball creates an imaginary line from where it's hit to where it's hit at and then beyond, and polo is a game of angles, so the player with lesser angle to the line of the ball with the ball on the right-hand side will have the right of way. And right now, Grant Ganzi's trying to give the right of way to Nick Roldan. Nick Roldan, Freddie Mannix running their horses towards the north goal. Nick Roldan unable to control the bouncing ball, so Alejandro looking over his shoulder. He's going to turn it back towards the center. Tito right there. He's got to get around Tito, which he does. He's going to go after his own shot. Alejandro on that chestnut pony on the far side. He tops it just a little bit. Grant Ganzi's going to check up, but he is not going to be able to get back to the play. Alejandro maintains possession and fires a shot downfield where Riley Ganzi is waiting for that pass, and she jumps on it right now. Headed for the south goal, and an open shot coming. She's dribbling that ball right on through, and another goal by Riley Gansey. So her third goal of the day, second goal here in this three chuckers.
Their stats are going to be very, very good, Steve. Their second leg stats. Remember, you'll be able to see those with 2 minutes 30 seconds left here in this third and final chucker of our second leg. It'll be our sixth chucker of the day. We'll have a little breakdown after this, and then we'll send you off with our second leg stats. And, Steve, I think that Santa Rita are going to like their stats because their shooting percentages are very high today.
Yeah, we haven't had many knock-ins from
not at all, man.
Fly Polo or Casablanca for that matter.
I mean, Melly with 3 and Riley with 3, Fred with 1, so that's good shooting in 3 chuckers of polo. I mean, you're talking 7 goals in 3 chuckers. That's good polo, no matter what team you are. 6 goals in 3 chuckers puts you right on that 13-goal limit, going for 13 goals at the end. You see a lot of games where they're 12 to 15 goals. We talked about that. We had the opportunity and the pleasure to witness some amazing games in the World Polo League this year. 26-goal polo, highest polo in North America outside of Argentina, the World Polo League. And we had 3 games with 27 goals. I think it was 27 goals, 28 goals, and 31 goals, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that between both teams, and that is a tremendous amount of goals being scored and fun to watch. Oh, yeah, there were some handicap goals. Thank you. Yeah, Cale Newman, our general manager. You're right, with Biotricity. Yeah, so 27 goals scored, but the Biotricity team coming in at 23 goals this year and they did very well. Big shout out to Akas Al Sadiq, actually sat in at CTV Sports this year.
Yes, he did.
It must be one of the first sponsors to sit at CTV Sports. We have a lot of pro players come in. You can go back to the app and check out those games. You see some of our players. We love putting the professional players in the hot seat, as you can say. They do a great job.
Yeah, as we mentioned, different people see different aspects of the game, and it was really interesting to hear the players' perspective on horses, on team play, the way the horses go, the way the team breaks down on set plays, maybe off the knock-ins. So
I agree with you, Steve. I learned a lot. I had the pleasure of being with 3 or 4 different players, and Yan was with a couple. And, of course, you were working as our IRO, and a great job this year as our instant replay official. As we embrace the technology here at CTV Sports, and it's all about it. Here's comes Grant Gansey with the open goal penalty 2. We haven't talked about the 2, 3, and 4s, and you remember the penalty 2 is a 30-yard shot. The penalty 3 right there that Grant just took, 40-yard shot. They're all those are open goals. Those are like putting at a hole, be it in foot golf or regular golf. Same scenario, or basketball. You could compare it to a foul shot.
Yep.
I guess, Steve, right?
Yep.
It's only you in the goal.
Undefended.
Yeah, though you can't blame it, but so well, you got the horse in there too. But Grant's very successful at those shots. But we always say, if you'd love to come to the pole school, we'll put you on the line 10 times, and then you can experience hitting a 30-yard shot and see how difficult it really is. And but those are the plays that change the game. But those are the penalties. Remember, the penalty 4 is a 60-yard shot, and that is defended. All players must be 30 yards from the ball. We haven't had any 4s today. We had a 6, which was a safety earlier, but on the move, picked up now and control. Grant Gansey shot on goal, looking for Tato Bellini. Well done, Alejandro. Will it stay on the field? Mannix.
Fred with a shot back up to Alejandro. A little over a minute left here in this last chucker of the second leg, and Alejandro on the boards. He sees Melissa Gansey in the center of the field. Riley Gansey's breaking down field as well, but Grant Gansey's going to come across and hit that ball over here towards the near boards, looking over his shoulder. Trying to get some offense going here in the later stages, and Grant Gansey, he's got Tato downfield. He's got 3 dark jerseys to shoot from. And Riley Gansey has to give way. Grant taps it one more time. Tries to get by Riley, and now Grant releases the ball downfield, looking for Tato. Tato can be a hero on this play. Oh, tough luck right there. And Freddie Mannix with an open back shot. We will play out this last 30 seconds as each 3 periods of play are considered a game. These scores to carry over tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel on CTV Sports. Alejandro couldn't quite keep the ball going, and Nick Roldan has one more run. He's going to try and do it himself and try and get by Mannix. He's got to hurry. Oh, bad luck right there. Couldn't control the bouncing ball. Grant Gansey's coming in to back him up. Grant's going to shoot, but not enough time on the clock, and that's going to end chucker number 6, final chucker of the second leg of Polo. So Santa Rita edging out Casablanca by a score of 7-3. So, Dale, one more to go, but a great 3 chuckers of play right there by Santa
thank
Rita.
You, Steve. Yeah, that was good. The easy breakdown here. When you got the number 1 and number 2 scoring 3 goals and 3 chuckers, that's good polo. The ladies did a great job. You got to give it up, though. Fred Mannix and Alejandro played very well at the 3 and 4 positions, switching and using the ladies, stretching out the Casablanca team. We have 3 more chuckers for you. Fly polo with Casablanca, and we'll be back. So enjoy our second leg stats. Welcome back, CTV Sports. Our final 3 chuckers of 9. The Memorial 2023. And what a day here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming out. We got some fans out here at the sideline, too. Remember, big week here. It's our final week of spring polo. And then off to Aspen, Colorado. So check out, if you want to play polo in the summer, AspenValleyPoloClub.com. And we've been hitting the Polo 101, 102, 103, and we appreciate all of our regular polo fans that are joining us for understanding. We have so many new fans, Steve. New people getting into the game every day. It's very important to teach them about the game. You know, you don't get a lot of feedback on some of the other games, you know, on how games are played, new games, sporting. So we like to bring them involved, get them involved, let them know. And, of course, if you have any questions, you can always email or get in touch with our staff and executive producer Mike Ferrer. get on the Facebook conversation. Let us know. And we do everything here at CTV Sports, but especially with Polo, we cover everything from 6 goals to 26 goals. And Steve and I were talking about the handicap system. And, Steve, the handicap system, that's about as low as you go. Well, I guess you can play 4-goal Polo, right? And then you go to 26 goals.
Yep. And don't forget ladies polo here on every Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
You know, and it used to be women made up about 44% of the USPA membership. I don't know what it is nowadays because
what is the largest group of players, right? New players are ladies and young ladies.
Yep.
Women and young ladies. Growing and growing. And, of course, the juniors, may we say, because we have the opportunity to work with them up close and personal. We're sitting here with our general manager, Cale Newman. He loves them, part of everything with the young group, the juniors. They're so cool. You know, they love being on the camera, and I think it makes them play better, Steve, if you ask me.
Oh, I think so.
You know, gets them going. But here we go. This should be a good matchup here. Fly Polo's back, Steve. You know, Casablanca, Santos Bellini, Grant Ganzi, Nick Roldan, and Tito Gardenzi. Then we got Fly Polo. Rebecca Cohen plays the 1. And Vinny Sangaline plays the 2. Sugar Erskine, Pablo Spinacci. We're going to get our first goal here from Tato Bellini.
Tato taking a pass and putting it right on through. So, Casablanca looking to redeem themselves after playing against Santa Rita. And Tato Bellini does just that. And remember, these scores will carry over tomorrow, but both of these teams have a little work to do in order to catch up with Santa Rita. Santa Rita edging out Casablanca by a score of 7-3, and edging out Fly Polo by a score of 4-1. So, both these teams not done yet. They've got tomorrow to have a great day, but right now Santa Rita ended on a great day, and Vinny Sangaline, Tato couldn't quite turn it around, but Nick Roldan sends him a back shot for a pass, and now Tato Bellini breaking out front. He's on a breakaway, and he's got Tito behind him, and Santos keeping it going on the near side. Still got Tito Guardenzi behind him, Pablo Spinacci there, and Tato Bellini unable to score at the north end, so that would have been his second goal. Goals back-to-back, but right now we'll have a knock-in from Pablo Spinacci.
Santos looking like he's getting warmed up here. Remember, we talked about that where you sit down and have that little break, Steve. And Casa is going to go. They're on their 4 chucker straight here. So I would think this Casa team will really start gelling here. First time they played together with Nick, Tato, Tito, and Grant. So, always take a couple chuckers, get the energy flowing. On the far side, controlled and slowed down right now by Pablo Spinacci, stolen away by Gardenzi, and Tito's got room to work here. Nice pickup, Tito. Sugar coming in hot, Tito. Oh, good D, Sugar Erskine.
Sugar Erskine breaks up that play, and now Pablo comes back, gets the loose ball, trying to get some offense going as he's got Rebecca Cohen downfield as well as Vinny Sangaline over to his right. Vinny's going to check up, let that ball go by, and tap it forward on the near side, and now Vinny on the offside over by the far boards, all by himself. Nobody marked him. Followed up once again by Spinacci. Nick Roldan gets a little piece of it, and now Tito coming in hot. But that Spinacci, in plenty of time, gets to the ball. Now Tito just has to clear the way, gives Spinacci one more play. And now Pablo. Pablo up to Vinny. Vinny just with a couple of short shots. Doesn't want to give that ball up. Vinny working it where nobody else has a play. Vinny coming on through, tapping it, allows Grant Ganzi to get out of the way, hitting into his pony just a little bit. Nothing there for Grant to do, and Vinny putting it on through, working that ball and making a very smart and aggressive play with 3:10 on the clock. So we'll see if have a courtesy horse change here, but Vinny doing a good job and taking the pass over there from Pablo Spinacci.
Yeah. I like it. Vinny pulling the team. Well done, Vinny. Second goal of the day. And I said, Vinny's going to play in the World Polo League Pride this weekend. And keep an eye on Vinny when he gets warmed up. He's going to take it to the goal. And working with the Polo on Demand program also. As a lot of Santa Rita breeding operation ponies out there. You see those Grand Champion blankets. They put them on different ponies. We have a lot of players are involved in the Polo on Demand program. Steve and I always talk about that with a smile on our face. Most unique program in the world. We never do not stop talking about it because it is the only and amazing program of its kind, Steve. I mean, pretty much you just demand a stick and ball lesson, or you can demand a whole polo team with horses and everything. Where can you do that?
Oh, nowhere else but Grand Champions
I mean, good
Polo
luck.
Club.
Oh, Aspen Valley Polo Club.
Yep.
So you can do it there. But and what's amazing is to see. We got to talk to Fred Mannix, who's here in the spring season, and he's been enjoying it too. So
2:33 on the clock.
Well, how we got?
2:33 on the clock.
Okay, here we go. Back to the center on the bowling here. 2:33, and 1-1. We got a tight one.
Yes, we do. And both of these teams, Fly Polo had the opportunity to sit down after their first leg. So coming back strong, and Vinny putting one right on through, and Fly Polo as Casablanca scored from Santos Bellini. So a set of ones on the board here in the first period of play, and that ball out to the side. Vinny Sangaline can't get to it, but Tato can. Tato Bellini followed by Grant Gansey, and Tato Bellini on a run right here, and that's going to force Sugar Erskine to go back and play defense. Sugar looks over his shoulder, has time to go to the offside, which is the right-hand side of the pony, and now Tito hooked out of there by Pablo Spinacci. Grant Gansey coming in there. Going to rake the ball off the boards, bring it back underneath his pony's neck. Vinny meets it, but Grant gets on by him. And now Grant Gansey opens up that pony with a nice neck shot off to the left-hand side. No, that ball is going between the posts. Tato with a little shot at it, and that ball just wide to that left-hand post. Great attempt there. Great pass by Grant Gansey, and Tato being out front for a good offensive one where he should be, and just that would be a Remington.
Yeah, that's a Remington. Yeah, right there. Good play by Erskine, though. Great D, because that was just a slam dunk for Tato. I thought it was going to roll in, Steve, but it just went just wide. Amazing shot by Grant. Just perfect pass. I mean, it looked like it was going to go into goal anyway. Now on the move, Vinny. Vinny with an opportunity. Grant's going to open the big chestnut up here, though, and taking over that right away that Steve's talking about, the lesser angle. Here comes Pablo, number 4 in the white shirt, white helmet, looking for Vinny or Rebecca. This ball's going to roll just inside the 60. Everybody overrides, picked up cleanly by Tato. Santos will turn the corner here. He's already made one run. Here comes the 32nd horn. This has been a running and gunning chucker. Bounces off Tito's back, Sugar's back. Well done, Tito on the near side. Kicked back by the pony, out of the air by Tato, and controlled by Spinacci now. That's going to give Vinny one more run. Oh, Nick Rodin's going to spoil the day and get out the way, because here comes number 3 with time. On the move, Nicky. Will he beat the clock, beat the horn, Roldan, and the high flag, and he's going to beat the horn as it comes right now. And what a play by Nick Roldan, as that will end the chukker, and that goal will count as he beat the clock. And Steve, what a way to end the chukker.
Yeah, it certainly was a good run. Casablanca coming alive there in the last 30 seconds of the overtime portion of chukker number 7, chukker number 1 for the third leg. Stay with us. We'll be back for chukker number 2 right after the players change mounts after this short break.
All right, here we go. We got a battle going on in our final 3 chuckers of 9. The Memorial, Casablanca in the dark jerseys. Fly Polo in the white jerseys. I like the way Fly came out here in their final 3 chuckers, Steve. I think different team we saw earlier. That Santa Rita team was so organized early, kind of shocked them, got them going. But this has been a good matchup here with Casa and Fly, 2-1. Casa in the lead.
Grant Gansey with a back shot, picked up by Tito. And now Sugar Erskine goes back to get that loose ball, and Sugar going to turn it underneath his horse's neck. Tito decides to ride him off on that side, so Sugar changing directions. Tito reached out for the hook, which would be a legal play in Polo, and Sugar going to just flip it over to Rebecca. Rebecca gets a little piece of it, and now Guadanzi rides off Sugar and hits the ball on the near side. Guadanzi tried to get it up, too. Tato, but now a shot back to himself. Tato's going to fall in behind as Sugar Erskine goes back with a tail shot and intercepted there by Tito Guadanzi just momentarily. And now a back shot back over to Tato Bellini. Tato out of the air on the bounce. Unable to keep it going, but Vinny Sangaline coming in. Follows up Gansey and picks up the missed shot. Now Vinny Sangaline with a shot downfield. Grant Gansey, that ball passes his boot and his stirrup. He's able to get to the right away, back the ball. And now Sugar going to change direction back over to Pablo, but hits it. And Nick Roldan has to get around the umpire and a white jersey. And now Rebecca Cohen. Cohen on the ball, going to carry it forward. A little shot over to Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci gives the ball back to Sugar. Sugar reaching way out for that next shot up to Vinny. And now Vinny with a shot down along the ground where Grant Gansey is going to go back. Grant Gansey, even though with a number 2 on his back, playing a lot of defense this chucker. And now Spinacci with a shot. That was Sugar with a shot towards goal, and that ball just going wide to the right-hand side.
Open Polo. I love it. 14 goals going to look like more like 18. Now, Steve, opened up. Both teams have had them opened up. Remember, this is a double day, 2-day tournament, so the scores will carry over. So everybody going to get stronger, Steve, each game. I mean, Santa Rita, that's why they kept scoring goals. You got to get out and get a big lead when they have these carryover tournaments, to keep those goals ahead, because every team comes back the next day and is always a little better. So he's getting more goal scoring. So back and forth this game, though, this chucker with a 2-1 still here. And we have been running and gunning for a good 3.5 minutes. Nick Roldan will turn the corner on the gray pony. There's a laser beam. He's got Tito on the other gray out in front. Now Pablo coming back hot, but Tito's going to keep one length out in front. Will he get away from it? He gets a piece of that ball. Pablo pulls it forward, and that's enough for Sugar. Erskine now. 3:43 on the clock. 3:43. And they have been solid open play in this second chucker of our third leg. Spinacci now looking for either of the 1 or 2, Vinny or Rebecca. Everybody overrides. Look, this is going to be Pablo. But a good read now by Gansey, and it'll get controlled by Grant.
And we're going to have a whistle right there with 3:16 on the clock. So we'll do our courtesy horse change, and when we come back, we'll have a fair play bowl in favor of Casablanca, the team in the dark shirts. And, Dale, let's talk about the mallets.
Oh, they've changed over the years, like tennis rackets and golf clubs, I guess. You could compare them to, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, in different sports. And whatever. I guess you could any kind of shoe that's today everything's so more advanced. But the mallets are big, They run from 48 inches to 54 inches, depending on the length of your arm and on how tall of the horse you're riding. The horses are usually, I guess, Steve, about 15 hands, 16 hands. You don't see too many bigger ones than that. Calimán was 16, 2 or 3, and moved like a 15-hand horse.
Yeah,
in the Hall of Fame, Memos Calimán.
Where a hand is 4 inches.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. You go through that, explain that a little bit there. And, so that's a big part. The right hand is a big deal. A lot of people that watch the game for the first time don't realize everybody's playing with their right hand, but you got to play with the right hand. And like you said earlier, I didn't realize that field hockey and highlight, and with field hockey, I still don't understand that.
I don't either.
It's kind of weird. But even in highlight, why couldn't you play left hand? I mean, you play tennis. It's kind of weird. Golf, you can play lefty. Tennis, you can play lefty. I mean, I understand Polo because the rules are all written for right-handers, right?
Yes,
Pretty much.
yeah, and that's so two horses can pass each other.
Right. So safety's always first. Remember, player following the ball has the right of way over player meeting the ball. For all you novice players out there. And remember, you must be 100% on the ball. And I love that. When that rule changed, Steve, I was working as a professional umpire, and you were my manager. And I love when they made that rule change procedurally that you must be – the defending player meeting the ball must be 100% on the ball. Is that right? Correct way to say it?
You hit the nail right on the head. Must be 100% on the line in order to
100%
to meet it and have the right of way.
Because I've argued that argued that 98% with you before, but you got to be 100%, and it makes the game easier to call, and it does make the game easier to understand as a player once you're out there, and safer, right?
Yeah, and safer, and the rules committee just felt that it was a little bit too dangerous for a player to be meeting the ball at an angle with somebody coming down the right of way.
Sure. I remember back in the day, the open back shot, Steve, players would just ride up 90 degrees to that ball when players had turned and were on the right of way, actually following the ball, and they get a foul all day long. It didn't make any sense.
Right. Yep.
Did not make any sense. Now that player that meets that ball, he needs to be 100% on the ball, and that if you understand that, that gives the defending player time to cross over the line and meet that ball also, as long as there's no danger in the distance. All right, so we have a fair play bowling after the courtesy change. After a good 4 minutes of running, Steve, we got an open match.
And Sugar Erskine with a back shot, which Pablo Spinacci went to the far side of the field to receive that pass. And now Spinacci still on a move right here. Coming on through is Tato Bellini. And it's going to be a goal right there for Fly Polo. And I believe Vinny Sangaline scoring for Fly Polo. Vinny's second goal of the game. The only player on that team to score.
Well, third of actually in all day, Steve. He's got one in the first three chuckers, and then two in the second. So he's been on fire.
Okay, yeah.
Give the ball to Vinny. He's the Fly Polo scoring machine. Rebecca's going to get back in there. Here she comes. And do a little spin around.
2:15 on the clock. Yep.
What a good match. Two's on the board here. Let's see if Fly Polo or one of these teams can take the lead here in the last 2 minutes of this second chucker. Remember, there was one chucker left. Nice play there by Sugar to take the mallet away from Tato. Leaves it for Pablo now. Spinacci's going to go on the inside. I'm liking the chestnut pony here. Now he's going to lay one down in front for Vinny, but Grant Gansey says, no more, Vinny. You've got your 2 goals. We're going to hold you down now. Good D here by Grant, and I've enjoyed that, Steve, watching him go from the front of the game to the back of the game.
Yeah, the last couple of weekends he's played the number 4, but today playing number 2, but also has that defensive mentality.
Yeah, he's learning it. Yeah, he's really got it down, hitting the ball very clean. Vinny on the move here, and that shot's on goal, and look at this. Vinny's hanging line.
Vinny is on fire, so Vinny, the only person to score on that team. But you know what? You only need one to score a lot of goals, and that's just what he's doing.
That's what Michael Jordan did, so well done, Vinny. Well, good shooting right there, buddy. And that's going to give you a 1-goal lead, and we're going to get down here. We might see another bowl in as we get closer here to our final seconds of the second chucker in our third leg, our 8th chucker of the day. They're going to get another bowl in. Vinny's going to have an opportunity, look at this, maybe to pick up a hat trick here in this second chucker, Steve. Vinny Sangaline off to the left side. Here comes your 30-second warning horn. Oh, Vinny overrides. Here comes Sugar.
Sugar's going to back him up, trying to take the ball back over to the center. Now broken up out of there by Tito and left forward, Nick Roldan. Nick Roldan, 8-goal player on the move right now. We're in the 30-second overtime portion, and Tato Bellini has time to take the ball to the north end and put it through the uprights, but Sugar's not going to make it easy. Look at Sugar on a racehorse right here. Comes through, breaks things up, and nobody marked Grant Gansey. He's coming through all on his own. Sugar's going to check down in front of the goal. Grant's going to fire it, finishing things off for Casablanca, tying things up one more time. So when we come back, we'll have a set of 3s on the board.
Wow, what a power polo play. Casablanca getting the equalizer. Well done, Tato. Keeping out in front. You got to give love to Sugar. Great horsepower there. He made the hook, but just good Polo by Casablanca, Double G falling into the rumble seat and getting the finish. Stay with us. You don't want to miss this ninth and final chukker. 3-3. This is the Memorial.
All right, we're back for the ninth and final chukker right here between Casablanca and Fly Polo. Tato Vellini gets the ball out of the bowl in. Rebecca Cohen overrides, and Vinny. And so, Sugar Erskine on the near side, letting players clear. Rebecca Cohen right now on the near boards, and she gets a piece of it. Unable to keep the near side going, and Nick Roldan, he'll pick up the loose ball. Roldan surveys the field. Grant Gansey headed way downfield as he knows Nick Roldan's a long ball hitter, and there is that shot. But on the left-hand side of Sugar Erskine, Grant has to go to the near side. Hooked out of there by Sugar. Sugar from South Africa sends a shot along the ground, and it's kicked by a pony, allowing Grant Gansey to pick up the ball. Grant Gansey has a player back, tries to get it to Tito. Tito on the near side, but Vinny Sangaline coming through, breaking things up, taking it over to the far corner. Vinny still on the ball with a little shot, but giving it up to Grant Gansey on the near side, and Gansey doesn't connect, and now Vinny. Vinny on the offensive attack, up to Rebecca. Can Rebecca get to it? Not quite. She takes a little swipe at it. Vinny leaves it for Sugar. Sugar, ball's deflected off of Pony. Now Pablo. Pablo's going to bring it right into our screens here in the center of the field. Pablo working the ball underneath his horse's neck. Roldan has no play. Pablo on a roll, looks over towards the center of the field, wondering where his offensive players are, and now he sends a shot over to the center of the field. But Grant Gansey playing a great defense here in all the 5 previous chukkers, and now Pablo with a shot on goal, and he is going to finish it off. Pablo Spinacci scoring here for Fly Polo, going ahead by 1 with a score of 4-3. Pablo's first goal of the day. So 4:30 on the clock, and the players will come back to the center where they will face our mounted official, Gaston Dorniac, for another bowl-in. Yep. So, Dorniac gives it back. Tato Bellini once again winning that bowl-in, but Sugar going back to pick up the line and the right away. Sugar with an open offside back shot. Now Spinacci comes in to dig the ball off the boards. Spinacci underneath his horse's neck. Grant Gansey sitting right there with him, riding him off. Spinacci has to change directions. Now on the near side, unable to keep it going on the near side. Nick Roldan comes back in. Tito Guadenzi going to break downfield. Roldan puts it right back up in a pinpoint pass right to Tito, but Vinny Sangaline hooking Tito out of the play. Tito coming back up with it, and now Tito with the next shot. Doesn't quite get all of it, but Vinny can. Vinny coming back, but a back shot out of there by Sugarman and Spinacci, Grant Gansey. They're all in there. Tato with a piece of it. Spinacci in there as well, but Vinny comes out with it. Vinny. Oh, it's stolen away there by Tato Bellini, and Santos driving the ball towards goal to try and even things up for Casablanca. Now Tito Guadenzi coming in to help out as well. Guadenzi with a near side next shot. What an attempt. What a shot.
Wow, everybody getting involved here for Casa. 3:05 on the clock. Looks like everybody's okay. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to need a kersey changer at the end, so they're going to play it out. And at the moment, Casablanca controlling the game, but down by a goal with the goal from Pablo. Looks like you're going to get a whistle here, and that might go push you to our final kersey change of the day. Another straight 4 minutes of running and gunning here by Fly Polo and Casablanca.
Yeah, with 2:45 on the clock, and, the players respecting each other, playing good, clean polo, not many fouls today.
Oh, wide open, yeah, wide open. Like we got the nice cloud cover. We got the scattered cloud. Beautiful clouds here. Low-hanging clouds. Look amazing.
They are kind of low today, aren't they?
They are little. I mean, it's amazing. And they look like little thunderheads here, but no rain. And a beautiful day in southern Florida. We've had an amazing spring. As this is when the fields, since Steve and I talk a lot about the fields, of course, in the spring, because this is when they did everything to start to grow here in southern Florida in the tropics. And, they start doing the spring season, and it's just taken off. Great time to play as a young player and learn. Young horses, Steve, fun polo, one umpire. Gaston Dorniac does a great job keeping it open, flowing. The pros are using the sponsors and the players to learn more, discussing plays. We try to break a lot of the plays down a little bit more in the spring as we're going over our Polo 101, 101, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for you here. And it's a fun time. Great time. Great way to roll into the summer season.
Well, that's what the way Grand Champions loves the spring season. As you mentioned, fun polo, learning polo, great time to try new horses, great time to swap teams around. And, when you come from the polo school or you're a new or beginning player or maybe even a low-rated player, when you play with these pros, these world-class professional polo players that we have here, that's a great time to learn.
You learn a lot, yeah. You can't teach in the schools. Even our polo school, it gets to one point where you need to graduate. You got to go out the war. You got to get out in the middle of it. And, just like learning how to swim. Once you get out there, you got to go to deeper water. So this is a great place to do it, and it's been a fabulous spring season. So here we go. 4-3 here. Fly Polo in the white jerseys with the 1-goal lead. 3 minutes left.
Yeah, not much time in Fly Polo right now with Rebecca Cohen. On the ball on the far boards over there, and she gets a little touch of it. And now, kicked back by a pony. Sugar Erskine goes back, retrieves that ball. He's got Vinny in the center, and that's where he's going to put the pass right over to Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca, she's riding harder and faster every single game. And now Tato leaves it behind, and Spinacci, he's going to hit from long distance, and he's going to hit a ball right into Grant Gansey, and we're going to have a quick whistle right there with 2:09 on the clock. Just checking out Grant. That's got to sting a little bit. He's going to
have a tattoo for sure with that one. He will have a tattoo, but he's a tough kid, and he'll shake it off. But as I said, remember, y'all love that 90-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball. Well, imagine one doing 115.
Yeah, that'll put a bruise on you that
You ever tried to hit one of the 90-mile-an-hour fastballs at the batting cage, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you hit it?
Yeah.
You did?
I used to be able to.
You used
Yeah,
to?
I was on a baseball scholarship.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
No,
Steve.
Played baseball for years.
I
and
fell
years.
asleep out in left field one afternoon as a kid, and my dad said, I don't think this works for you. So I moved on. Here we go, though. 4-3, 1 goal difference, but it is a carryover, so it will not matter if they're tied at the end here. So it's Nick Roldan's got an opportunity. Nicky, they'll leave it there, but Grant Gansey's in behind, so that's not going to hurt. Tito on the rotation. Vinny got to give one play. Here's Double G.
Gansey with a shot downfield, and Tato Bellini in between two white shirts. Nick Roldan, am I going to believe my lying eyes or what I just saw? And Nick Roldan hitting the ball on the near side, about 4 feet off the ground on a bounce. And now Sugarman turns it back around and sends it back downfield, but a little bit too far out. Oh, a missed opportunity right there for Tato, and Pablo Spinacci picks it up, sending it back over to Sugar. Sugar letting that horse stretch on out, headed for goal, 4 horse lengths ahead of the nearest defender, and drops it off, misses the goal, and his body language says it all.
Yeah, and he's ready for the Belmont. I think he's getting us ready for the Belmont with 1:07 on the clock, about 1 minute on the knock, and Sugarman opening up the chestnut, and this bald-faced pony can literally fly. Had the shot on goal off to the side. Casablanca looking for the equalizer here in the last minute of our 9th chucker. Grant Gansey's just going to keep it in behind Sugar. Why not? Looks like Vinny needs to keep an eye on Tato. Grant, he's going to go coast to coast and backed up cleanly. Loose ball play for Spinacci.
Pablo taking it around, then decides to back it towards the center, but it's deflected off of a pony, and Grant Gansey picks it up. Time winding down here. Our first horn has sounded, so Rebecca Cohen stops that offensive attack by Casablanca. Nick Roldan, he's going to bring it from the center back towards the goal. Nick Roldan trying to back it and just set it up in front of goal. Sugar takes a swing at it, and that ball out of bounds and over the back line. So we'll have a knock-in coming here for Fly Polo, and it looks like the players are going to shake hands and call it a day. So Fly Polo edging out Casablanca by a score of 4-3, and we'll go to Dale Schwetz for any last words of the day.
Thank you, Steve Lane. As always, Cale Newman, thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming out today and joining us for the memorial. Remember, you can go to WPLPride.com, get your tickets for the Pride here we'll have at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Hope you enjoyed your day here for the memorial. Remember, this is a carryover tournament, so we will see you at our finals. And remember, Polo every day going through the weekend here. For Steve Lane, I'm Dale Schwetz, and I speak for everyone at CTV Sports. So I say thank you for making us leaders of Polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the Polo. Enjoy our third leg.